Okay. All right. Well, hey, everybody, it's 3 p.m. and it's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. Trying to find myself here on my phone so I can watch all of the comments come through. I'm wanting to welcome, of course, right at 3 p.m., our very, very special guest. I call them Love in a Tuscan Kitchen because that is the name of their love story that they wrote. And it is Sheryl Ness and Chef Vincenzo, live from Minnesota. So happy to see you and so happy that you're here. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing great. We're having a really nice end of summer, early fall, and happy to be back. Thank you for inviting us to come back.
Oh, you're very welcome. I want to mention to everybody that at the end of the segment today, we're going to be giving away the book. Do you see the book? If you want to show it, there's the book right there. That's awesome. Yeah. And also the special herbs and spices that I tell you, they're so fantastic. But my favorite part about that is the little spoon that goes in there and the jar itself. So
I know, I love it. I wanted to use the Italian candy of the jam jar because they're so cute.
I tell you, they're so fantastic. Oops, sorry, let me turn it down. Okay, we're back in motion here. So say hi to Frank Sully is here. Honey Ogans is here. 5 other people are here. Honey Ogans, Lisa Dell is waving. Hello, Lucy and Sulaco. I think everybody's so excited you're here. Carolyn Gitlin is here. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? So we've got a lot of people who've showed up, which is great. And so let's talk about what we're making. You said we're making adult mac and cheese. But
that's what we call it when people get a little worried about the name because it's kind of a complicated name.
Okay, because in Italian it's Cacio e Pepe. It's cheese and pepper.
Cheese and pepper. Yes. And it is in Italian, it is Cacio e Pepe. Did I do good on that? Cacio e Pepe. And we're serving it with spaghetti.
Yes, this spaghetti, usually this recipe you found in Rome or Italy, but usually this is famous in Rome. And in Tuscany. In Tuscany is different. We use fresh pasta, peachy. It's the same spaghetti, but it's fresh.
It's a really thick
very
spaghetti.
Thick, but it's when you make it fresh.
Have you heard of peachy? It's kind of a handmade, they roll it and it's
just hollow. Is it hollow in the middle?
No, that's bucatini.
No, this is bucatini.
You could use that though too for this recipe.
It's pasta. It's usually peachy, cacio e pepe in Tuscany is crazy.
It's on every menu. And if you try to practice that one, it took me almost 2 weeks to say that. Peachy, cacio e pepe.
Yes.
And it's a very traditional pasta from
it's fresh.
Tuscany.
Of course, spaghetti this is dry.
You can find peachy dried in bags from your specialty stores, or I find it on Amazon.
Yes, because here it's impossible to find it.
Yeah.
Everything comes off Amazon. When all else fails, Amazon, right? I want to say hi to Kathy Hodek, who is here joining us. Kathy, nice to have you here, as everybody else. So Vincenzo, it's been about 3 months, I think, since last we spoke. And here's something I noticed, which is your English seems to be 3 months better.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Are you loving it? Are you starting to get the hang of it, you think?
Yeah, of course, when I stay with the people more time, it's much better for me.
Yes, yes. Have you started dreaming in English yet? Have you started to dream in English?
A little bit.
Yeah,
really? Well, that's the sign. If when you start dreaming in that next language that you're learning, that's the sign that your subconscious is the language.
Not too much, but
I remember I was so excited when it happened to me in Italy, and I started dreaming in Italian, and I thought, finally.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Say hi to Mark Goldberg. He's here watching. Lisa Dell is here. So we're off and running. So tell us what you've been doing, and then we'll start the recipe. But you are doing a food festival. Oh, my little grandson is here. Do you care if he comes and says hello?
Say hello. Say hello.
Hi. Come say hi to Nanny Bubby. And his mom is here. There we go. Can you gotta lean in close to me, or I have to hold him.
Hi.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, what a cutie. Cute.
So he just woke up. Thanks, Harmony. Judy Woods is here. Hey there.
Hi, Judy.
Says hello there. So, so you have a food festival tomorrow. Tell me about that.
So we're cooking, well, we're doing lots of private events actually here, along with, you know, some different festivals that are happening with some of the stores that we often have the book at. So people here in our local community can book a private cooking event. And all of a sudden in September, we just had one every weekend. People were ready to get together again. They were ready to gather. Most people, you know, had their vaccines for a while and they were comfortable again. So we've been doing that. We've been cooking with people. We've been having private dinners. It's been really fun.
And how's the book sales going for you?
It's going good. You know, we're excited that the book was picked up by a publisher in Rome that's going to publish it in Italian.
Oh,
So I'm really excited about that. That's something I wanted to do since I published the book in English.
that's great. And just a reminder to everybody, at the end of the segment today, Sheryl and Chef Vincenzo are gracious enough to be giving away the herbs and the book. So we'll tell you exactly how to win that. So, and in fact, the way that you're going to win that, oh goodness, hi, yes, noise, right, noise, right. Nanny Bubby noise. Yep, you got that right. So here's how you're going to win both the book and the herbs. Is the more comments you make, we're going to count how many comments are made. And then Sheryl is going to pick a number between 1 and ever. I'm keeping track of all the comments right now. And she'll call out that number. Let's say she calls out 18. Now you can't call that number out. But if your comment was the 17th or 18th comment, then you win the book and the herbs. So if you like to win the book and the herbs, just start posting comments, asking questions.
Yes.
And then I'll be able to keep track and we'll take it from there. So we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 so far, 11, 12. Okay, so we've got 12. And if your comment was whatever number Sheryl calls out, then you win the book. So there we go. So post your questions, post your comments, give us some hearts and some thumbs up, and not the ones at the bottom because we can't tell who does that. The blue thumbs up and the red heart at the very bottom. You actually have to write a comment or post there. So Lisa Dell says, this is not an entry comment, but Marla, where are you? So I am not at home, as you have noticed. Wi-Fi, Cox Wi-Fi went down at 4 a.m. this morning. At least that's when we noticed that it went down. And it did not come back up. So I am at my daughter's house, which is why my little Mr. is in the background, and she has Wi-Fi. So apparently this morning, AT&T was down in the valley, and also Cox. So I don't know what's going on. So, all right, but we'll count that as a comment. I already did. All right. So you are going to do what first step?
So well, yeah, I can ask her anytime though.
Oh, okay.
But we're starting with water. So,
Yes.
you know, whenever we're in Italy, Vincenzo's mom always has some water on the stove. Like literally it's always ready for lunch. So that as soon as we say, la pasta, throw the pasta, she has it. And so we've got.
So, you know, I actually Do you want to say hi? Come say hi now. Okay, come on.
Yeah,
No,
say
he doesn't
hello.
want- he just wants to stand by and yell my name, which is fine too. I love it. The way he says it. Nanny Bubby. Isn't that so?
I was going to ask you why you were called that. Now I know because he loves calling you that.
Yeah, well, really, this was my grandmother's name. We called her Nanny, and my great grandmother's name, we called her
Oh.
Bubby.
Oh, I love
And I wanted to bring a little bit of the Jewish culture. I didn't want to just be called Nanny, and I didn't want to just be called Bubby. And I had a dream, and in
That's
my
so
dream, it was the baby's going to call you Nanny Bubby, and I didn't even think of putting them together, but that's how it started.
That's so great. Now I know the backstory.
In Yiddish, the word for grandmother is Bubby. So
Bubby. Okay. Oh, I love that.
Lisa's winning with her. So Lucy says, "What are you making today?" So she came in a little late. I'll let you say it again. What you're
Okay.
making?
I make the spaghetti, cacio e pepe. Is spaghetti with cheese and pepper.
Okay,
And the we're using is a pecorino.
Is pecorino cheese.
Yeah.
pecorino cheese.
Pecorino cheese, yes, because this is repeated. This famous in Rome, and of course, I am pecorino romano because here I found it. We found just pecorino romano. I have a like for this.
Pecorino is sheep's cheese, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
But of course, you found another pecorino from Florence or wherever, it's okay, no problem. But in this case, pecorino romano is good because it's more salty.
Yeah.
Yes, more salty. I like that.
And
More
why
salty.
in the salts you don't need to make salt in the salt. The
Yes.
salts.
Yes.
In fact,
Okay.
I make just.
Go ahead. Everybody can see. I just want to note to everybody that down in the bottom camera on the Zoom, the third camera, you're able to see. You have the tight shot of them, and now you've got the wide shot of him. So you're putting salt in the water. So tell us how much salt.
In this case, it's 2 tablespoons kosher salt, and the water is this pan is
2.5 quarts.
2.5 quarts, but the water maybe is 2
About 2 quarts.
quarts. Yes.
So if you were making this for 4, you might add a little bit more salt. That's what the recipe is that we shared is for about 4 people.
Yes. Today I
Yeah.
make it just for 1.
And you want to make sure the water's boiling, then you
Yes,
add your
this is
salt.
important.
Yeah.
When
First
boil,
oil, then salt,
And salt.
yes.
not before. So that's a technique. First you boil, then you salt. Now that's
Yes.
new to me.
Because the salt, you need melt fast. So you put before it's too much, it's too salty.
Okay. All
This
right.
one.
So Kathy Hodek says we can see great, which is good to know. And Frank says that he makes delicious. He just wanted us to know he too makes delicious cacio e pepe.
Ooh,
So
he already
anyway.
knows.
All
Good.
right. So and
Oh, yeah.
I've always heard that you want your water to be like salt water, the salt water of the sea. Just think about what experience you have when you taste salt water, that saltiness. So is that true? Do you agree to that kind of?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people refer to the amount of salt
Yes,
that's in the recipe, and just know that that salt doesn't all go into the food. It stays mostly in the water, but it does season the food. It
Yeah.
seasons the pasta.
In fact, some people when they watch me put the salt, oh, it's too much.
They have,
No,
they kind of
it's normal.
are alarmed.
Right.
But it's actually important for it to be really salty. And if you dip your finger in there and it tastes like the sea, that's really what we want it. That's what you want it to taste like.
But it's hard to dip your finger in there if it's boiling.
Okay,
Unless you're a chef.
it's normal for me.
So, Sheryl, last time we saw you, about the week before you actually came on, your father had a heart issue. So I just wanted to check back in with you and see, all of our loyal visitors here wished your father the best of health and luck. So how is he doing?
He's doing really well. He since that time has had 2 procedures. We live really like 5 minutes from Mayo Clinic, which is where I was a nurse for many years. And it's just fortunate, that they have the technology. They did a non-invasive procedure to fix 2 of his valves,
Mhm.
and they put a pacemaker in. So he's like ready to go again. He's doing very well.
That's
We're
really great.
really grateful for that.
So I
So-
see that Chef Vincenzo is
He's checking the pasta.
spaghetti in. Okay.
Yes,
Go down in.
no touch with the knife, just for now.
Kind of
See?
gently
No,
ease
it
it.
won't stick. It won't stick together when you put it in that.
No, because you start now, because some people start too fast and broken spaghetti.
Oh, it breaks it.
And it breaks it. Okay.
This way, gentle.
Yeah. So it'll kind of melt down into the
Melt
water.
down in.
Mhm.
Okay. But
Yes.
my experience has always been if I put in a large amount of spaghetti, that at some point where I put it in, it sticks. Like sometimes right in the middle, it sticks together. And so I always heard put oil in the water, but do you put oil in your water at all?
No. Usually is as I remember my grandma used oil when he used the fresh pasta. In this case, because the secret is you put the spaghetti gentle, you open, you see the before, and after 1 minute, 2 maximum 2, you start
To move
the
it.
movement,
So then you can move it around. So
and you know stick.
So I see the difference. You just gently
Yes,
press it down, let it, and then as it
Yeah.
starts to soften, then you use the fork and just swirl it around, and that way it
Exactly.
comes apart.
you see me when I put the spaghetti and it's open, no?
yeah, he kind of spread it around a little bit. So
Yeah.
don't keep it in one little pile.
And now, gentle, you start move.
The other thing I think,
You're using a fork, not tongs or something like that, right?
he is using a fork.
Yes.
It's
beautiful.
probably a meat fork, but he uses it for spaghetti. Sometimes you find a wooden fork. Those are nice too. There's some more like
Me,
a
I like a
spaghetti
fork.
Yeah, you know, you can
In
find
Italy, we
those.
use a fork.
Yeah. It's
So
one of the
Kathy
things-
says she breaks the pasta in half and stirs, and she never has a problem. What do you think about breaking the pasta in half?
I would do that because I don't like to cut it, but Vincenzo.
No, in
is
Italy,
a
no.
True Italian.
You don't do that. You don't do that in Italy. So as long as you're in America, Kathy, you're okay. But if you're gonna go,
It's okay. Repeat, understand. No problem. Because it's not hard for when you eat.
Yeah,
I know.
it's hard to get it.
yeah.
On your fork and in your mouth and all of that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's fun to see how the different.
I have a question just really quick because I know that 10 minutes is going to be up very quickly, and I just have a question for you. So we are cooking. So Judy Wood said she does not break in half. So okay,
Told you.
got to keep track of every comment that's coming in. So here's my question. What I would like to know is on Saturday night, I'm cooking a big Italian dinner for my son-in-law's birthday. And also for the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, which celebrates the earth, and the kids are coming and they're going to be planting winter lettuces into the garden, and they're going to be harvesting all of my tomatoes for me. Lisa, I'm just going to throw this out there because this is moving up so fast. I have to tell you, Lisa asked, the questions are flying in. What is Locatelli best on? Locatelli.
Bucatelli?
Bucatini.
Well, she spelled it Locatelli, Locatelli. Do we know what that is?
Bucatelli.
Or Bucatelli. The problem in Italy, we have a lot of different pastas.
Right.
Bucatini, you know, is the
It's the spaghetti with the
spaghetti.
hollow.
Bucatelli,
Oh, that's what I said. Yeah.
maybe is a little bit more big. Because
It would be good with this sauce, I think.
yeah.
Oh
Or
no,
any kind-
she says it's cheese. She says that Lisa said it's cheese.
Oh.
And well, anyway, we'll get back to it. She'll give us some clarity. Yep. She said
Yeah,
cheese.
that sounds interesting.
Are you?
There are many
Oh my
kinds of
gosh,
cheese,
yes.
So Frank said it's Locatelli.
Bucatelli.
Look at
Locatelli.
I never heard.
It's a cheese.
Ah, cheese.
Formaggio.
Oh, sorry. Locatelli. Oh, okay, yes.
Now we've run.
No,
No,
I said Locatelli instead of Locatelli. If I'd said it like that, you would have understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What is it best on?
It depends. No,
Oh, so you can age it too.
Yeah, it's different.
Have you
It's the
ever
same.
used it?
So because some products producers is in Italy we use same age, and fresh. This
Right.
why depends.
If it's really creamy, it would melt really nice. It would be good for a sauce like this.
Yeah,
I'm
in
sure.
fact, usually for this sauce, for my sauce, when in Italy I use the pecorino same age.
Semi-aged.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Here I simply found that this is why I use a pecorino age.
Pecorino, yeah. Right. So they're very similar. They're somewhat similar. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Teresa is here, Teresa Anderson, who is a Caligieri. So she's definitely a little Italian girl. So, and Lucy, who in Sulaco, who's all Italian on all sides of her family, said that she does break her spaghetti in half. But here's my question about meatballs. So I'm making a meatball recipe that comes from Giada in Giada's book. And what she...
Nanny Bubby!
Cars, yes, Nanny Bubby cars. Thank you. Cars. Okay, sorry about that. I got to get this question out. And what she does is, of course, you make it. I can put it in the refrigerator overnight. What? Yes. Oh, you want that? No, you want that? Okay. You have it? Okay. I just trying to get the question out. Okay. So, the recipe says to put the meatball into like a marinara sauce. Now I'm making my son-in-law's very favorite sauce that I make is a pomodoro sauce. And the way that I make that pomodoro sauce is just I take the penne when it's done and with the sieve move it directly into the pomodoro, which means that there's no room for the meatballs to take in any sauce. So Giada has a marinara sauce that she says to make and put the meatballs in that once they come out of the oven. So what say you about that?
Okay, in Italy, usually we use together spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah,
it's just in New York style Italian.
It's an American thing. It's an adaptation. I mean, normally they would serve spaghetti first, and then they would have the meat.
Yes, separate,
of course. And so.
But here, of course, it's different because
we eat them together.
Especially in this is New York style because the Italian people, one is here in America long time ago. When you go into work, we need more.
They didn't have enough time to. Well, they wanted to.
More space.
They wanted to have like a pasta lunch with their meat, and so they put it together.
This
and
is
that's
why
how the spaghetti and meatballs came to be.
I see, but she's right in that. What I see what you're telling me now, and there was a disconnect in my head. But what you're telling me is that meatballs are like serving sliced roast beef on the side, and then your pasta. So the meatballs are not in the pasta, nor are they on top of the pasta, which I can't do anyway because my daughter's vegetarian, right? So I can't commingle those meats with the pomodoro anyway. But it was that, do I really need to actually go through making a marinara sauce just to put the meatballs in? And I think I do, right?
It's okay.
You can use the same sauce that you
the same sauce.
You wouldn't have to make it different, I don't think. If you make the recipe for the meat and you like your sauce, I would just use the same sauce.
Well, one is a pomodoro and the other is a marinara. And I think the pomodoro is very heavy and does belong on the pasta, but on the meatballs,
it's okay.
Yeah, it's a simple marinara.
You like it, it's okay, the same sauce, no problem. Because sometimes marinara sauce, you know, it's some people maybe don't like it, the garlic. Sometimes you use the same sauce, it's okay.
Yeah, if you want to. I think
Very-
it would be delicious
very
that
good.
way.
Frank says he braises his meatballs and then removes them from the sauce before in the pasta to the sauce. And Patricia in Sulaco is here and she says, Hiya Bella or Chia Bella. Chia Bella?
Ciao bella.
Ciao
Ciao,
Bella. Ciao Bella.
Ciao. Ciao,
Okay.
Bella.
All
Okay.
right.
What do
Okay.
we got?
Okay.
How's it going?
Okay, we start to make the salsa.
Okay.
Okay, it's I use 1 tablespoon of butter,
Uh-huh.
but here some people like more butter. Sometimes if you like 2 tablespoons, it's okay.
Why not?
No problem.
Should I bring the camera over to close up a little bit better? I'm gonna.
And I show you. Okay, the pecorino. You see, is big
Yeah, it's grated pretty.
because I use this part.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, because I like it a little bit big, maybe crunch. This white, but
Mhm.
it's okay. If you like it more normal, it's okay. But just for me,
Yeah,
Right.
you can do it either way.
yes.
Are you seeing everything okay?
Yes, very, very nice. Thank you. I just was thinking maybe it would be easier if you actually held the tripod to do that than the phone, but it's
Oh.
up to you.
Yeah, it doesn't have a way to hold the camera. It just falls off.
Okay,
sometimes.
now
Gotcha. Gotcha.
No
Okay.
problem.
extra virgin, just 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon of olive oil.
Yes, extra virgin.
Good olive oil. Okay.
I put the
Here's the
pepper.
cracked
This
pepper.
the pepper, of course.
Yeah.
What you like it?
And
Yeah.
how much butter did you say you were using?
1 tablespoon.
No, butter.
Ah, butter. Oh,
We use 2 to 4.
yes.
Mhm.
Sorry.
2 to 4 tablespoons. And this is in the recipe too, so we'll make sure you get it.
Okay. Yeah. So
You can
The
see.
butter is 1 tablespoon butter.
well, Cheryl, will you post it and gather with Nanny Bubby?
I sure will.
Just go right into gather with Nanny Bubby and post that recipe for everyone to see. And now he's putting in the cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can see he's preparing the sauce.
This is
Mm,
2 ounces pecorino.
yum.
2 ounces of pecorino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very slowly now.
And you do want to have the really coarse ground pepper, not fine. You want to see the big chunks.
Now I put just,
Yeah, a little
we
bit of
start
pasta.
with
That
1.
pasta water.
Yes.
Yeah.
That pasta water.
Hmm?
There we go.
The melt a little bit. Of course, the pecorino's same age is melt very fast. It's perfect. The pecorino age, you see,
It's
is
a little bit harder to.
hard, but it's okay.
It still does though. It still melts eventually.
Yeah.
Mm,
I've
this
actually-
is one of my family's favorite dishes.
Is it? I've actually never watched pecorino melt like that.
Yeah, it does. It does eventually melt. It's nice to have the pasta water to kind of help bring it together with the starches. I think
Because-
that's the secret.
Because the secret is pasta water.
Mhm.
So the secret is always pasta water. So Lucy
Yes.
in Flacco says, Chef Vincenzo, is this the same as pasta alia olio?
Oh,
Spaghetti aglio olio
that's different.
is different.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
made
Because,
that.
of
That's
course,
olive oil and Parmesan and parsley, right?
yes.
And
And the garlic.
and usually some red pepper too, right?
Right.
No red pepper.
Red pepper,
Some
yes.
people. Some people like the red pepper.
It's red pepper, so oil, parsley.
And
This is the
garlic.
secret.
And garlic. Yeah. Mm. That's a really common dish though for especially the Americans through the generations that simple recipe always gets passed down. You can see he tried the pasta. Did you see him do that?
Okay.
Yes.
So he wanted to make sure that it was al dente and not too hard, not too soft. It's going to cook a little bit more when it goes in the sauce too.
Yes.
Right. Right. I want to welcome Diane Hudson-Bueller is here. And I want to shout out Teresa Anderson and just remind all of you to post your questions or comments because that is how we're going to choose the winner of the book and the herbs. So if you haven't already posted it, please reach in really quickly and make a comment or a question. And Kathy Hodik says lots of garlic. We had it. Well, I can't really read what she said. We had it something.
Oh yeah, it's a really nice recipe. We've made it with families here before. Kids love it because it's simple. Yeah, I would say this one is probably another one you could easily try with kids. They really love it. They don't mind the pepper. Doesn't seem to bother them. You can see the spaghetti now is just bringing the sauce together even more. Oh, that cheese is melting.
I know, she's ready to eat. So, and you're thinning it out with, always use, I mean, this is the key to everything. Even when I throw all the pasta into the pomodoro, it's sometimes just too thick. And so you've got to reserve that pasta water, all that starch and the salt, and you put that in there. And, you know, sometimes even when I don't need it, I put it in because the flavor comes is just so great. So what Kathy said is lots of garlic. We had it every Friday.
It was a tradition. It was a tradition. Yes, I love that.
It's great. Always great to have a Friday night tradition. Now,
We
do you
make
put that with parsley at all, or do you do anything to that?
No parsley here.
In this dish, no. We might add a little cheese on the top.
Yes.
More cheese is always better.
Are you
can also
pecorino or extra Parmesan?
No, pecorino.
Pecorino.
Always pecorino.
You want to keep that flavor kind of strong. We also add a little drizzle of olive oil usually, and if you want some more black pepper, that's always an option too.
Creamy.
Oh yeah, that's starting to come together really nice.
Sometimes one is, of course, maybe too high, maybe too dry, but the secret
Just a little more water.
more pasta water.
Yeah, it fixes everything.
It does.
It's magic.
Does. Right. And if your pasta sticks together like mine does, my spaghetti, a little pasta water with that. Separate it too.
It works really well.
That's
So this other butter.
Okay. The spaghetti is 10 minutes. Of course, me, I cook 8 and now 2 minutes here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I noticed the stirring, the constant stirring, which was really great.
Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't want to get it overcooked. So if your al dente cooking time is 10 minutes, what he's saying is take it out at 8 because you know you're going to cook it a little bit more in the sauce.
And
sometimes I forget about that. So I always forget about the sauce time. Ooh, it's cheesy. Yum.
Okay.
So now we're gonna plate it. You have to tell me if I'm pointing the camera right here.
Oh yeah, no, look at that. I love how he uses that fork, and that's how he gets it out of the pan.
It makes it look so pretty that way too. It gives you that it's another chef trick.
And Susie Foreman says hello. Yes, I love that. And I love that if you like made more than you did, that you would take out maybe and have 8 of those twirly piles on a plate, would indicate per serving, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's a way to kind of control how many ounces go on the plate. I've seen him do it especially with the long pastas.
Yeah.
It's the only way to plate it.
Lisa Anderson, easy. Susie Foreman says hi. There we go.
Good. Yum. Oh, my nieces and nephews are going to be jealous because they always ask him to make this.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I wish I could come over right now and eat that. That's beautiful. So let me ask you about entertaining, Chef. So if you were entertaining a group of people on a Saturday night, how would you make this ahead?
I finish with the.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's got the cheese.
And of course, some
little
people
pepper.
like it more pepper.
There we
And
go.
then you can really see all the ingredients that way.
So Kathy wants to know, Chef, what brand of pasta do you use in America?
I show you.
That's a really good question.
I show you.
She said she only used Barilla and you use
Chico.
that's what I use, DiCecco, yeah.
Because this is I am from Abruzzo. This is from Abruzzo. This one.
Yeah.
In fact, he grew up probably 20 minutes from the factory where they made the pasta.
So the wheat is grown right in Abruzzo. He always told me that in the restaurant, he liked Diceco because it stayed al dente longer. Like if his pasta cooked a little bit too much, or, you know, there was a serving time that was a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is
stayed nice.
I like the shape.
Yeah, Diceco is
too.
good one.
I do. And I always look to use an Italian pasta because I've heard it said, and Lisa says, great to know. I've heard it said that you don't have a gluten intolerance with the wheat in Italy. You only get that gluten intolerance here because of the pesticides that they put on the wheat here, as opposed to outlawed.
There are people in Italy who have gluten intolerance.
Yeah,
but
in fact, we have the pasta.
they have the gluten-free pasta, and it's pretty widely available. You know, so
some people now have this problem.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying about that, the pesticides and the safe way that it's grown. Many of your relatives actually work in the Diceco factory. So it's fun to know that kind of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Good job with their production.
So Kathy said, thank you. That's good too. Either brand is good. It doesn't overcook. That's great.
Yes.
Which I just bought my penne at Trader Joe's and it was not Diceco. And I actually was fighting with myself, but I was like, oh, let me just get it now. Then I won't. But I'm taking it back. I'm going to get my favorite. And I really need it to stay al dente. So I will ask. I was going to ask, do you want to hold up the book? And are there any last words that you'd like to say, Sheryl?
Well, I love that this is one of the recipes that is in the book. It's in the very last chapter when we decide to move back to Minnesota, which was, you know, a really tough decision for us. But that decision was about family. It was about being back with family for the time that we could, especially with my parents. And so the fact that this is one of their favorite dishes, I had to put this recipe in that chapter. And it's probably one of the most favorite things that we get asked to make. It's very simple. It's easy to do. It's kind of in vogue right now. Like everybody's doing cacio pepe pizza, cacio pepe everything. Right. And if they don't, you know, people realize it's just cheese and pepper, that's what it means. It's really a simple thing, but it's kind of homey and
it's easy. Really
just to answer that question about what you might do if you were having a big dinner party, like 12 or 15 people, how would you, what would you wait? Well, how would you do that? How would you make that?
If you were serving this to 12 people?
It's easy for me. Okay. Your big pan. One after 2-3 plates, of course, you start.
You add the pasta water to thin it out.
Yeah, because of course you start a bit.
It gets stuck together.
Stuck together. Yeah. You put a little bit pasta water, move, and you start more plate.
Yeah, that's great.
So when he does this with a lot of people, he has a big saute.
Yeah, big saute.
So you have the sauce already, and he would probably do the pasta in 2 different boilings, maybe, or have 2 pots going. And so you add one when it's done, and then you add the other one when it's done, and then you can incorporate it and cook it together when you have all the pasta.
The secret is always the pasta water.
You already melt the cheese and everything in the saute pan prior to everybody getting there, and then you just heat it up and throw the hot spaghetti in it. That's genius.
Yeah, it is genius, and it's like a simple thing that I don't always think about, but I've learned so much from seeing him cook for 15 or 20 people.
The best pecorino you found it is the medium age,
semi-age.
Right.
If you can,
it's perfect.
It melts much better.
Good. And I was going to say that my favorite, the lavender biscotti, is also in the book, and it makes a great gift. It makes a great Christmas gift. So anyway, if you're ready, Sheryl, any last comments? And I will
pick the number.
Pick a number.
Okay.
You can pick a number. So you are going to be picking a number between, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36.
And 1 and 36. Okay, but I need to pick 2 numbers, right? Because we're giving away the book. And
Yes, that would be wonderful. I'm sure everybody would like, yes, they'd rather have two winners than one.
You want to do 20?
Yeah.
Okay,
20.
so Vincenzo picked 20.
20, okay.
That's first winner. And should we say that's for the book?
Book, okay.
Okay, so number 20 wins the book. And I'm going to pick 41. No,
You
I
can't.
pick
It's
41.
only 36.
33.
33. Okay, 33 for the
Herb mix.
yeah.
I wanted to pick 41 because that's when I met Vincenzo.
Oh,
I was thinking you said until 50.
okay, so we had 41. So you know what? I have to go back and count these. Does anybody, you want to talk while I go back and count?
It's okay.
It's okay.
We'll figure.
I'll just go ahead and when we sign off, I'll really quickly post and gather who the winners are. So everybody, pay attention. And I will post who the winners are. Number 20 for the book, number 33 for the herbs. I can't thank the two of you enough. I hope maybe right around the holidays, you'll come back.
Yeah, let's see what we're doing. We're usually available. We're traveling these days.
Well, if you're in Italy, we can do this from Italy,
Well, that would be fun too.
Next year, maybe.
Next year for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
The book is getting published in Italian though, and that's really exciting. That will happen in
exciting.
Yeah, and I'll post the recipe, so I'll make sure that that's available. We also have a YouTube video if you want to review. If you want to review the techniques, I'll post that.
And how do they find? Will you post the link to the YouTube video and gather? Yep. Okay. All right, guys. So good to see you. I wish you a beautiful fall and a very happy and healthy rest of the year. And I hope to see you before the new year and inspire us with some holiday treats. That would be amazing.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Everyone.
Thank you.
So,
Bye.
bye, everybody. Oh, on the count of 3, remember, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter.
And we did tonight. We had lots
Yes,
of
we
butter.
did. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. So good to see you. Thank you, everybody. I'll post these right now and gather. Bye.
Bye-bye.